What's up, everybody? I'm also live on Twitch as well if you want to see the actual face reaction. I can do both with TikTok, but you guys wouldn't see a good bit of the screen. But on Twitch, you guys can bring your own episode, and there's a time sync, and you can follow along with me. Making sure my mic is on. Jason said you did the whole series rewatch after many years. This series is about 6 months ago. Okay, nice. This is literally my first time watching it. I started my Star Trek series watching. When did I start? I'm going to say March of last year, 2024. I'm going to say then. You're going to sync on your iPad. Hey, head on over to Twitch. Milky Way Flyer is the handle. And I'll literally have a giant, not giant, it's going to be a modest red time sync on the bottom right. But yeah, I started. We're going to give people a few more time because I saw a lot of people say they were excited to join and watch. So we're going to give them a few more minutes. But I'm ready. I'm stoked. I'm so ready for this. I'm ready for this. I've been waiting for this episode for a minute. That and in the pale moonlight. I don't know how far away I am from that, but I'm excited for that episode as well. I heard it's going to be crazy. Jason said it felt new after so much time since you last watched it on TV. Yeah, I can feel that. Like right now, a lot of people are rewatching Smallville, and some of them are like, this is like the first time that they've watched Smallville since they watched it. I think it was in 2010 when it first came out. I finished that whole series. And it's 10 seasons. I finished Smallville in a month. I'm a marathoner. I'm in for an experience. Oh boy. I'm excited. Wholly excited. So for people who are just coming in, we are watching on Paramount Plus. I'll show you guys the screen on TikTok, the episode on TikTok. But if you want to pull it up on your own device, you can join me on Twitch at milkywayflier, and I'll have a timestamp for you guys. But the last episode that I watched was Who Mourns for Morn, and I thought, guys, that something bad was gonna happen to Morn. And if you head on over to Twitch, you'll see I have a pre-show discussion, and that is what we're talking about is the last episode right now. But I thought something bad was gonna happen to Morn. I thought Morn was going to be gone. I thought he was gonna be gone, but he wasn't. He came back. He was just playing with everybody so he can take out the bad people who were after his latinum. Dude is clever. But I really did enjoy that episode. It was a nice, fun episode with Quark and not Morn, but Morn. And for a second, I thought this dude had a whole wife, ex-wife. It was wild. Morn is indeed made of tough stuff. And he has two stomachs, too. One filled with latinum and one filled with the enormous amount of food that he takes in every month, apparently. All right, what time is it? It's 8:05. We'll give him a few more minutes. But I'm about to jump into this episode. It's going to be crazy. But if you're new, I do watch-alongs, at least try to do watch-alongs to Deep Space Nine or Strange New Worlds every Thursday at the same time. He's Norm for Cheers. Ah. Was it you who mentioned the Cheers theme last week? I think my mom used to watch Cheers, and I used to see it on TV a couple times, but I never actually watched it. I have not watched Orville. I remember when it was live and on air, and I thought it was silly and fun, but I didn't think anything of it other than that. What up, Adam? Thank you for joining me. Adam is the reason why you guys have this reaction this week. He is the reason why, because I was just going to play games today. I was going to switch it up and play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order today. But Adam said, no, please watch. He didn't say please. But Adam said, watch Far Beyond the Stars. And I said, okay, just for you, Adam. We'll do it. Yes, it was Adam's request. It will surprise me. It's more than people assume. Okay, I have heard a few things about it just by being on the Trekkie side of TikTok and people saying that Orville is good. So it is. It's on the list. It's on the list. All right, people, we're about to do this. Cool, cool. Let's turn it the camera around, flip it. I know there's a little glare on it. And I'll do my best to catch you guys' chat as we go along as well. This episode makes 99% of Trekkie's top 5. Okay. Y'all are setting me up for some good stuff right here. All right, headphones are coming on. Making sure I have the time sync up. Okay, don't mind the squeakiness of my chair. It needs to be all down. And I don't like doing that because then it just gets squeaky like a month or two later. All right. And we're go. There we go. Nope, wrong one. I have to remember I'm using a different device. Boom, there we are. Making sure it's synced up. 1 second, 1 second. Let's go, guys. Hey, Grandpa Sisko. He finally made it, y'all. Oh, nice. Nice to see he made another appearance in Star Trek. You no, don't do that. Don't say that. It is so far already. Sir, you don't mean that. Okay, Crispy, I see you. I hear you. I was about to say the same thing. They think this man going crazy. I have never seen this episode before in my life, Crispy. Hey, she's back. What in the freaking world is happening? It's a favorite of mine too. I've gotten that impression, Crispy. I've gotten that impression. You got hit by an imaginary car, bruh. Oh snap, we're jumping back and forth and I'm loving it. Is that Nog? That's Nog. That's Nog, right, guys? Hey. Okay, guys. I'm loving it so far. I know that it has an expected ending that may not be too happy, but well, I don't know that, but I've been suggested that, hinted at that. I'm loving it already. Loving it already. The jumping back and forth is exciting. I like the reference to the visions he had with the prophets, which was another exciting episode. For the sake of the time sync, I am not going to skip the intro, though I usually do. I can already tell it is. Oh, it was the changeling Bashir. I need to rewatch that episode because Bashir was doing so many different things. Well, the nun Bashir was doing so many different things that I want to go back and see exactly where Bashir was and what he was doing. Well, the changeling. Apparently, apparently, nobody had any questions. He was doing his thing, man. Took that job seriously. Hey, Odo. That reminds me of the episode of Discovery where they did the same thing. Oh my gosh. Quark. I love how they each sound so different outside of their makeup. Because they're also putting on the New York accent as well. They have this man eating on purpose. They have Odo eating on purpose. Welcome in, Fat Keys. Thank you for the follow, Fat Keys. Man, they lose their head. I don't know. I don't know why I got it filtered. The system could think it borders on racism. Ah, I hadn't noticed that yet. Yeah, I feel you there, Fat Keys. That's Ducat, right? I can totally see where you. Come on, dude. True that. I was gonna say that makes it more valuable to them. It says my live on TikTok has been restricted for some people. So if it gets restricted for you guys, head on over to Twitch. I think it's thinking some of the words are racist slurs. Hey, thanks for the follow, Salil. Hey, thanks for the follow. Help who see what? I figured as much. I'm loving the music. She made some good choices. Then, as soon as you walked in on the door adjacent to the front door, is a painting of someone with the horn right as the music was exiting out. Yeah, because he was just about to give up, and the prophets can't have that. That's their emissary, Langston Hughes. Oh, sing it, kids. Never waste it. Never waste it. This reminds me of Living Single and A Different World. Do I need to mute? Because I might get flagged. TikTok does need to grow up, I tell you that. Hey, who is this guy? Wow, war. He's a smooth dude. Jacob. Of I love good times to an extent. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Of course she is. No, she wasn't. Uh oh, he's singing them. Cork is just a great actor. I didn't cop that. Yeah. The one idea is to keep the white people centered. Robotic. Gotcha, gotcha. Odo as the villain is a great version. The antithesis of his character. Let the man tell his story the way he want to tell it. If he did that, he would resent her and his life. Oh. Nice retort, nice retort. Write the words. Oh. Knew that wasn't gonna happen. I was wondering if she was gonna come back. That's always the case in things like this. What did he do? Hmm. Oh my gosh. She really did. Hmm. I love his perm press. Nah, man, he's in trouble. Anytime somebody says I got it under control, they do not. Worf needs to stop playing. You know that wasn't your girl in the first place. Conked hair. Hmm. All right now, Cisco. Oh, snap. I gotta check that out for real. Thanks for the recommendation. Uh oh. Not the ear touch. Hope and despair walk together arm in arm. This dude literally just emerged from the shadows and no, no, stop it. Jaco. I'm glad in his dream that Jaco wasn't his son, because that would have been. Whew. He didn't really answer that question. Man, they beat this man so bad he need a cane. What did this guy write about? Okay. Okay. Of course. Yeah, right. With your little unctioning along the way. All of it. Oh no. Brother Benny. Hmm. I mean, yeah, it was a long time in his head. He was in recovery for like 3 weeks in the dream. That's right, man. The Matrix. Hmm. The man said that sounds a little crazy, but I love you, son. Okay, guys, time to talk. I have so many things I need to say. So many things, guys. Let me flip my camera. Okay. Okay. I took notes because there was a lot of quotable things in this episode. Okay, guys, we're gonna start off with but men from Mars are, and that part is when the Odo was like, we can't. It's not believable to have black people in space, and then Quark's character comes in and says, but men from Mars are believable, and that statement is something that I have and so many other people have just had a problem with in writing and media and television, just anything you can name, when Black people want to present themselves in a light that is one of authority, a high position, of intellect, of, sensitivity, people say it's unrealistic. Should we come up and discuss with you? Let me see. I don't mind. I gotta figure that one out. I saw it once before. Do 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 do. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. If you know how to do it, let me know in the chat. And we can discuss based off of the notes I have. You sent a request. Now, where did that request go? Okay. I have it. Hello.
This is what we usually do on the other watch along.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite episodes of all time, by the way.
It is a great episode. I am definitely going to rewatch it. Let me see. Anybody else want to join? Let me know in the chat and I'll add you.
Yeah, they can request at the bottom where it has like a red and blue person.
Okay, I sent an invite to everyone if you want to join.
Be careful who you let up, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm part of the TNG watch along, so I know the rules.
Bet. I heard someone mention you before. I've joined a few since starting my Trek journey.
We're in TNG season 2.
Season 2? Cool.
Yeah.
I know I haven't, I've only gone on to support Nzinga, but I haven't actually watched it because I haven't gotten to that series yet.
Yep.
You cooking right now? That's cool. You keep cooking. You can just listen if you like. All right. Anybody else want to join? Just let me know if you requested, and I will add you should you choose to do so. But we can start off, Adam, with that quote I was just mentioning. But men from Mars are, and I was saying how in all things media, television, writing, and as an artist, not an artist, I am an artist, but as a writer, I've always heard that some things Black people can't do because it's not realistic. But in things such as Star Trek, it's all about fiction. Is things aren't real. So why can't we make things as we want them to?
Because it's set in 1950.
Yeah. It's set in 1950, but if we go based off of the notion that just because it's set in the 1950s, people can't do anything. But if it's Star Trek and if it's fiction, the possibilities are there. Sometimes we get so caught up in the actuality of things that we don't make room for other people who are diverse.
They were so scared of equal rights that to imagine someone as a captain in the future, that was too much for them to handle.
Yeah.
That was way too much.
Yeah. It was that this whole episode is something that I'm definitely going to have to rewatch. There were so many nuances and various things in there that I feel like I didn't catch this time around, but I'm definitely going to watch it again. And the other quote,
Watched like 20 times.
yeah, I can see why. This is a really good one, and I love the throwback to the 90s as well. I love watching 90s shows. As I said earlier, it reminded me of Living Single. It had that, like you said, the 50 nuance to it, but it reminded me of Living Single. I don't know if anyone has seen that show. And it, of course, Good Times and A Different World. It reminded me of those as well. Slim, what up, Slim? You only called about 20 minutes or so, but heavy stuff indeed, Slim. Heavy stuff indeed.
Yes. Well, you only caught the worst of it.
The very tail end. And another part, really, that I everything is so deep. But when Sisko said that's not what I wrote, when Odo was telling him, just change up a little bit, and then maybe we can publish it then. And he said, that's not what I wrote. And I think this is just a great, well, it's not a really a throwback during that time period that the show was actually made, but I still think, honestly, everything is relevant. Everything they said is still relevant nowadays.
Every scene was not wasted. It
Yeah.
was just, it was like it built up to that whole trauma at the
Mhm.
end,
Mhm.
and how they were like, first they're gonna set the scene, and then
Yep.
they're gonna introduce the Cisco character
Benny
Benny. What was his name? Benny
Benny
something.
Russell.
Benny Russell. Yes. So they're gonna introduce him, and then they're gonna introduce what he does, and then they're gonna go on and introduce the other
Mhm.
characters, and like this is the struggle. Benny
Yeah.
has to write a story, and the story has to be important,
Yeah.
but at the same time, they're not ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, like the way they push for him, like you said, to do something great, and then when he does something great, we need to put some limits on this. And Odo as the villain, I loved it. I loved
Because
it.
Odo's a minority on Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
He
Yes.
is a nobody really trusts him. The Bajorans don't really trust him. The Cardassians never really. So
No.
nobody really. So to make Odo the villain was like the exact opposite of what he is on
Yeah.
DS9.
Yeah.
So
The exact opposite. And he committed to that role. I enjoyed seeing everyone without their makeup, but Odo's he stood out. Him and Quark, because Quark was the exact opposite as well. The dude was actually helping and was like pushing on Benny's behalf.
yeah, Quark has a lot of makeup, so it's good
Yeah.
to see him.
Yeah.
And Michael Dorn and Worf.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that guy, he looks so different. Mind you, that makes it good makeup, but golly, he looks so different.
Yeah, but he was eating a lot.
Yes.
He does not eat on the other show, on the other
No.
station.
And I love that. I love how they blatantly show the differences between his character, between Odo, and I don't remember his name in there, but I love the eating part.
It was Pabst.
Paps.
Pabst.
I
Pabst.
Paps.
Pabst. Pabst.
They have some interesting names, but in another section that stood out to me is I was just scribbling a little bit when Sisko was about to fall out, and he said the future is in here. And I love that on many aspects, because when you think about TV shows like Star Trek or Star Wars or any show that is made about the future, and a show that explores diversity and people having equal rights, someone had to dream of that moment. And when he mentioned all of the famous black authors, they all basically, like Martin Luther King, they all had a dream, and it was on the inside of them, and they were often told that they couldn't share that dream with others. And so it was like the epitome of the black plight that Cisco was saying in that one moment, is that the dream is in here, and you can't destroy the idea. And I was like, dude, that was great.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah, I mean everything about, like you said, no scene was wasted.
You know, everything because they were time restricted. The commercials were too much back then in the 90s, so
Yeah,
there was like a lot of
yeah.
commercials in between scenes, and so they had to build the scenes up between the 4 or 5 commercial breaks,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to move the story forward.
Yeah,
The story had to constantly move forward,
yeah.
so nothing was wasted.
Nothing was wasted, and a lot of people, as you, Adam, come on and ask questions about media. And one of the things that I've learned being a writer is that if you want to keep your audience's attention, you have to make every scene count, and they did. And I was intrigued and captivated every part of this episode, wondering what was going to happen next. And I'm really glad Jake wasn't his son in this dream, because that would have been devastating.
It, for some reason, he still has that connection, so he
Yeah,
still feels
yeah.
those. But yeah, he was so close to him that even if he wasn't his son, he still felt the trauma.
Yes.
So yeah, these prophets don't play.
Oh no, and they love themselves some Cisco too. They love themselves some Cisco. And then
But
the
apparently, he also guides them.
mm-hmm.
In the first episode, Emissary, he kept taking them back to
Yes.
They were like, "You're the one bringing us here. We're not forcing you to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're bringing us back to this point because you are constantly reliving it in your head.
Yeah.
You are reliving the loss
This
of your
moment. Yep.
over and over in your head that it's impacting your life, and you're trying to leave Starfleet."
Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm doing this. And they were like, yeah, dude, this is your moment. Uh-oh, 1 second. Okay, we're back. I was getting a call. Um, but yeah, he was confused that his emotions and his traumas were leading him back to his trauma. And it was sort of a sense like this with this episode. Everything, like you said, was guided by him, but with the unction of the prophets.
Yeah. The Sisko of Bajor. Yes, he
Yes.
is a Bajor.
Yes. And one more thing. Again, I was scribbling. I loved it.
You're gonna watch this over and
Oh,
over
oh,
again.
absolutely, absolutely. My favorite part is when the prophet said, "You are the dreamer and the dream," and it's like a circle. Everything about Cisco is a continuous motion that doesn't stop, and he is both those things. Oh my gosh.
Are you getting another call?
Yes, he is both those things, and I love that. That's a statement that is rich, and him having a dream and him being the one that can ultimately make it come true. So he can't quit. He can't stop, even when he experienced moments like his friend dying.
He was ready to quit both times.
Oh yeah.
When he first went to Deep Space Nine,
Yep.
and when Quentin Swafford passed away. So he was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much more I can take, Dad. That's his words. And I actually uploaded a video of that.
Okay.
That scene is amazing, where his dad comes to see him and he's like, I want to quit. I don't know how many more friends I could lose.
Yes. And he's gone through a lot.
He's gone through a lot, and the prophets have been putting him through a lot. Let's be honest. But yeah,
Particularly when with the mines near the Rome hole, and he was going there and they wouldn't let him do his thing, and they were like, we're going to make a decision for you because we don't want you to make your decision. It was a whole thing, and I did not like what the prophets ended up doing. I was like, you're changing this man's future I don't know because it's my first time watching, but I'm like, whatever you're doing, please don't do this. It was crazy.
they have a big say in what happens with him. I'm just
Yes.
leaving it at that.
Okay. Okay.
Because he literally belongs to them, or he is. I don't know if you've already watched Rocks and Shoals. You've seen that
I think I
YouTube
have.
site
I think I have.
where they mentioned that the mom is actually kind of wormhole alien. They mentioned that, yeah.
I need to.
I'm so sorry. No. I'm so sorry. You're not yet. You haven't gotten there yet.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So it's
It's soon. You'll
over
find
there.
out soon. You'll find out soon.
Okay. Okay.
You'll find out soon.
Went over
It's
the
gonna
head.
be at the beginning of the next season.
Oh, someone said season 7. I have no idea anyway, so it went over my head. You good? You good?
But you'll see. You'll see. I'm sorry, user 71. Whatever. Yeah, I was certain that this was no, because this isn't season 7. Yeah, you'll see in season 7 that the Cisco.
What up, Nzinga?
When they picked him to be their emissary, they picked him because of a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But you will find out
More.
at the beginning of season 7. Not even
Okay.
at the middle, just at the beginning of season 7, you'll find out all of that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know how long you stay alive after this. Hey, Nzinga's here.
Hey. Usually not long after watch-alongs. I am gonna stay longer on Twitch so I can wrap up because I'm filming this as well as for my YouTube reaction. So I make this video into a YouTube reaction on my channel milkywayflier. So I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer to wrap it up. But what was your favorite part? And let me know in the chat what was your favorite part of this episode.
Literally, you cannot destroy an idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's got to be everybody's favorite part.
Yeah. I think that's my favorite part as well. That and you're the dreamer and the dream.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a
And the dad saying, well, that's scary.
yes. Dude was emerging from the literal shadows.
Yeah.
Food, YouTube, do rewatch your on season 7. We are If I'm understanding your question, we're on season 6, episode 13.
Yes, in the middle of almost the end of season 6.
Okay, yeah, we're on episode 13. This was my first time watching this episode, Far Beyond the Stars, and this is Adam's 20th watch.
Yes.
DS9, yes. At least 20th. Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine. But my favorite part, like you said, is the you can't crush an idea and the dreamer and the dream. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Slim said the quote is low key adjacent to Fred Hampton's "You can't gel revolution." Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Singer.
You can kill the revolution, but you can't kill the. You can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
And Zinga also watched it for the very first time like a month ago.
Oh man, what was your reaction? I need to know what your reaction was. I enjoyed this episode thoroughly. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But as a whole, this is like you said, someone said in the chat. So I'm not sure if it was you exactly, but this is definitely a top 5 episode of mine for Deep Space Nine. It was incredibly good. I enjoyed seeing all of the characters outside of their makeup, and it was a bit heavy handed in Zega. It definitely was.
It's top 5 for me in all of Star Trek.
Yeah,
in all
yeah. Okay,
of
okay.
media.
I feel you. Okay, okay. It was definitely heavy handed, especially with a lot of things that has happened in real life in our society nowadays. And so a lot of it was deep, and I'm going to be still thinking on those parts, especially with the beating with the police, with Cardassian and Wei Yun. That itself was, I need to think about that scene because of the way it switched up, and we saw the differences between the white men beating on Sisko and his literal enemies, and Deep Space Nine beating on him. It was, everything about it was a beautiful mirror to reality, his reality. It was wonderful, but tragic.
Well, the Cardassians are supposed to be the version of 1940s Europe. So I can't say the word. Like, TikTok is very finicky about which words you can use.
Yes, yes.
So I can't use that word. But in the 1940s in Europe, something happened, and it's supposed to be like those guys.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And as Inga was saying, how they were talking about them, and we talking about it then, and we still are. And I was mentioning that earlier, is that was something that was taking place in the 90s. They had to make a episode about it, and we're still talking about it today because it's still happening in our society now, in our world now. And I think that's why the episode is so prevalent, is because it's relevant. Not to rhyme on you. We got you. Yeah. Not to rhyme, but I think that this was a beautiful mirror to the dream that he had, as well as to the reality he lives in. And I love the ending where he said, "What if we are the dream?" And I feel like that is a beautiful way for Sisko to muster himself forward, is to know that someone is living a life where they're dreaming of a better future, and he is a part of what makes that dreamer also go on, if that makes sense.
Well, in the ambulance, he says you are both the dream and the dream, which is a very scary thought.
Yes,
It's super scary. I would not want to be both.
the dreamer and the dream. It's crazy, but if we think of Benjamin Russell as his own entity outside of Benjamin Sisko, even in that aspect of Long, it empowers, or it depends on the person, could frighten them, which I think it did for Sisko, could empower them and frighten them to continue the mission they're on. And so I think that was lovely, a lovely sentiment to chew on.
It's probably true. Knowing the wormhole aliens, they don't live in the time that we
No,
live in. So they
no,
live,
and they've said that.
yeah. So they can affect any time whenever they want. They can go. They're like a Q type of alien. So
Yeah,
they can go in the future. They can go in the past. They can, and it's all one time for them.
yeah.
They're not linear, so they don't understand that something has passed.
It was like, what? They don't get it. Slim said, "What if Benny is Cisco's ancestor?" I like that idea, Slim. I think that's a, I think that's a really cool way of looking at it. And again, it still is the dreamer in the dream. His ancestors are pushing him forward, just as in real life with the ancestors of Black people pushing them forward and having a dream for them as well to live a life of freedom. So I think that's a wonderful perspective as well. All right, guys, that was a great episode for Deep Space Nine, episode 13. Season 6, Far Beyond the Stars. There were so many different levels to this episode that I am still mentally unraveling, from the aspect of Sisko being in a different time period, possibly being in a dream element where he is having to push himself forward to continue on Deep Space Nine. And there are so many things, so many quotes from this episode that just will sit with me. One being the dreamer in the you are the dreamer in the dream. I think it's a wonderful idea to know that Sisko is the momentum for his life, and he is the only one responsible for continuing his dream. Fat Keys said, hey, thank you for the follow, Fat Keys, here on Twitch. I really do appreciate it. Again, we have watch-alongs on Thursday, and we have games on Tuesdays, and sometimes I sprinkle a little bit more live watch-alongs on there. But Sisko being the dreamer in the dream is a beautiful sentiment, that he is the reasoning, he's the reason for his life, and he can be the empowerment for himself as well. And that the idea that Benny Russell possibly is the dreamer and Sisko is the dream is, it's all a circle. Everything is connected, as they say in the TV show Manifest. But this was a great episode. Thank you guys for joining me. I have so many more things to say. We'll probably do a separate video about this, but it was amazing. It was great. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.